So is it just me, or did this episode feel as though it was more so the finale to Parasite than episode 23 with one episode to go? The way it was done, the structure of it, bringing the theme to the forefront and questioning everything we've learned up till now about Parasite and kind of the thematic structure that we've gone through to this particular point, kind of questioning all the character development, all the ideals that have gone through Shinichi throughout the series and whatnot. It definitely felt as though this episode brought everything and put it right there in your face and made him think and made him wonder what to do at this particular point. Now, the fight with Shinichi and Goto was definitely a struggle. Honestly, I felt like it was, bar none, David versus Goliath. Everything about it, I mean, he was outclassed in every which way. Now, one of the things I felt that this episode did good as well is, and again, it all goes back to like pretty much everything that we've experienced in Parasite coming back for this episode, was the words from Tamura. Tamura's words and everything that Tamura stood for kind of came back in this episode as well and kind of questioned who's the monsters, which is right, which is the right ideals to live by, whatnot. To be honest with you, from a common sense standpoint, he's a monster. He's trying to kill humans. He needs to be put down. He's coming after Shinichi. Shinichi got to kill him. Flat out. When you put in ideals into it and kind of question things like, well, who are we to judge these people by our standards? You know, why are we judging it as if we're better than them, as if we know the exact answers? So I definitely feel as though when Shinichi was monologuing, yes, to a certain degree, I was kind of like, you motherfucker, just kill him. He's going to kill you. Survival of the fittest immediately. Hello. But at the same time, it definitely took it a more deeper approach. And it kind of gave me a little bit of a reminiscent feel of Hunter x Hunter, where it was like, you got the monologue, you got the narration, and then it got you thinking, well, damn, what he's thinking, isn't that really wrong? I mean, at the end of the day, while, yeah, he should just immediately kill this motherfucker, and kind of the scene kind of reminded me of like Majin Buu when he would be regenerating and all his cells coming together. It was him conflicted with everything that he's seen up until this point, and I think that that was very important to make the character struggle one last time. Is this the right thing to do? Do we have the right to judge whether this motherfucker should live or die? And at the end of the day, it was like, while I don't want to do it, my ideals say no, ultimately I'm selfish. I don't want to fucking die, and he went for it. So definitely it really took a deeper approach than I ever imagined. And partially, again, while he's conflicted, you're like, fucker, just kill him. And that's an enjoyment standpoint, whereas like you just want to see him, you know, go in. But from a deeper and philosophical standpoint, it went very well. It was just done very well. Migi's return was inevitable, especially the way it was set up. I knew Migi would come back at some given point, whether it would be the finale or this episode. I figured much Migi would come back. It was just like, there's no way, the way they set things up, that he would be gone forever. The way he came back was fucking epic as fuck. Honestly, Parasite, the first half, maybe even a little bit more, wasn't really all about the fights, but ever since a certain point, I don't know, maybe 5-6 episodes back, the fights have just been on point. Like, the struggle that he had to go through fighting Goto, and while ideally I didn't want Goto to be the final villain, I felt maybe Tamura or something, not even her being the final villain, being the final antagonist, would have been more appropriate. But ultimately, it was a sick fight. It really was. Like, with Migi returning and kind of him having to give it his all one last time and finding out the little secret. Like, those are the strategic battles that I like to see, and those are just done very well. Those are very good battles where it's like, he's the underdog, but he's not going to just defeat him because, hey, I love my friends and everything. No, he used strategy and ultimately came up with a plan. And it kind of felt a little bit like a mixture of like Togoro's design, and I'm talking about Goto. His design was like Togoro in a weird way, mixed with like the Seven Paths of Sensui type of feel. It was just like a really interesting combination. And again, this goes back to the 90s and everything, so probably around that time, this is what people were thinking. And ultimately, bottom line is, this episode was a great episode. I would have more so say this was a 9.5 to a 10 out of 10 if this was the finale, because it felt like just that. Like, honestly, I don't see, other than maybe something more with Murano finding out about Migi, maybe something else to do with that murderer guy. Other than that, I really don't see what else would we really need to cover at this particular point. This could have been the finale, and I would have been 100% satisfied. The fact that we have an extra episode, hopefully it adds a little bit more exposition and a little bit more closure to some of the relationships. Again, I think the biggest thing is the Migi, Shinichi, and Murano stuff, and I guess maybe a little bit of the father as well, because aside from that, we pretty much handled almost all the villains that we had to take care of. And yeah, honestly, just great episode. 9 out of 10 for this one. A little bit of the dialogue maybe kind of felt a little bit annoying to a certain degree, because it was kind of like, just fucking do it, you need to live, motherfucker, and stuff of, you know, that situation. It also felt random as fuck, like, I need to give this old bitch his axe back. Like, at the end of the day, she lent me this, even though it didn't do a motherfucking thing. It's like, fuck that shit. But just bringing everything that Parasite stood for and making it come together, even though that wasn't the finale, it felt like the finale to me, and I think they did a great job with that. If it's the final battle, if we're not going to have anything else action-oriented, I'm perfectly satisfied, because I think that delivered very well. But let me know what you guys think. First of all, what did you think about this clash? How did you feel about Shinichi defeating him? Do you think the monologuing situation was a little too much for you? Did you understand the depth of it and what it was trying to accomplish? And what do you think is going to be in this finale? What do you think we have left for the final episode of Parasite? And just your overall thoughts. Honestly, I'm sad that we only have one more episode of Parasite left because it's been an amazing ride. And yeah, honestly, regardless of what, unless this last episode is the most ridiculous thing you could think of, Parasite will probably go down. If not my top 10, definitely easily my top 20 anime of all time, because this was just a great fucking series. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm from Neverworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.